should be played at high volume. This should be played at high volume. This should be played at high volume. Preferably in a residential area.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Hoppe Hour.
All right, let's see how these levels look. Vinnie Ward talking to the microphone.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
They look pretty good. You ready to do this badass podcast, I guess you could say?
Yes, sir.
Wow, what are you, white from 2006 saying yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
What up? What's happening? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. And this next guest, this comedian that's live on the show, is one of the best up-and-comers in the Tampa Bay area. As the media would say, he's a millennial. He is the co-founder of Crap Comedy, and he is a comedian in Tampa Bay. Live on Hoppe Hour is Vinnie Ward. What's up, dude?
Dude, I just thought I was going to fight like Rocky Balboa. That was...
Everyone
Start
always
swinging.
talks about how my intro
Your intro goes, yeah, man. You need to write like a poem book or
If
something.
I was coordinated, I could be in a WWE.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
How's everything been, dude? I've heard of you, but the thing is, by no means do a lot of comedians reach out to me. I'm not trying to sound cool, but people will ask to come on, and I go, but I keep seeing your name, and then I met you at the open mic at James Joyce, and I'm like, I got to get this dude on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm busy myself, so I feel like if it's supposed to happen, it'll happen sooner or later.
So how has everything been, man? Because I was watching some of your Crap Comedy videos, and they're very refreshing because it doesn't have the vibe of like the Vine YouTube category that's now where everyone's a comedian. It's actually funny material.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I give it up to those Vine people. I can't do anything funny in 7 seconds, like, besides, like, masturbating.
Why are you saying funny and Vine? None of them are funny. I've never laughed at a Vine video, ever, dude.
Yeah, some of them are cool, though, with those special effects, so I can't do any of that. I need at least a minute. So, social media is taking over the world, or at least our era. So, got with a buddy. We decided to make Crap Comedy happen, and we just try to post skits when we're not doing stand-up, and so far it's been good, man.
How did you come up with the name Crap Comedy? What's it about?
Well, we just wanted, like, a pun in the name. So we kind of made jokes like, hey, man, it might be comedy, hey, it might be crap, and then we just put crap, and then we just started, like, for now, we're trying to figure out what we can abbreviate as, and we came with comedians with really awesome personalities.
I like that, man, because comedians are overlooked when it comes to talent. Like, it's not the easiest thing to go up in front of a crowd. You have to have a personality to tell jokes, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you gotta have some balls and definitely be out open with, you know, the open-minded, what's going on in the news, relatable stuff. So me and a buddy, Mason Hill, another local comic, funny guy, we just said, fuck it, can't help, you know.
What is your key to getting the room to laugh? Because you just used the word news. Are you someone that keeps up to date with everything going on?
I'm more of a, like, how you say, I guess, what the average Joe can relate to, just stuff that happens in life, observations, or what I think about a news article. I don't get into politics too much.
Because you're not going to win, and it's very overdone.
Yeah, you're going to lose half the people right away. So I just kind of stick to my everyday life, man, and hope it goes well.
What are some things that happen in your everyday life? What's the life and times of Vinnie Ward?
I mean, everything, dude. I just feel like sometimes I'm supposed to be a comic because the stupidest stuff happens. Like on the way here.
Yeah.
I'm driving here. A guy tells me to roll down the window. I'm not from St. Pete, so I'm like, God, this guy's asking me for directions. I'm going to sound like a dick because I'm going to be like, dude, I don't know. But I really don't know. And he goes, hey, man, are you Eastern European? And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, man. He's like, sorry, you have an Eastern European face and hair. And I was like, all right, thanks. And that's it. And then the light turned green. But, like, that doesn't happen to anybody else. You know, you're just sitting in 5:30 traffic, and some guys ask if you're Eastern European.
Dude, I'm saying this right now. St. Petersburg is an adventure, man. You should come out here more. The weirdest things happen.
Dude, I'm going to, seriously, pen and paper, and I'm just going to sit out here for an hour in traffic.
If you want material, go to First Friday or just go bar hopping in downtown St. Pete, and you will come up with comedy to write a platinum album. The weirdest things happen in downtown St. Pete, dude.
Yeah, that's what I've seen so far. I've been here 30 minutes, and some guy asked if I was from out of the country.
Did you grow up here in Florida?
Yeah, man. Well, my dad's a New York Rican, but I was born here, and that's it. I really haven't moved too much.
Are you one of those pieces of shit that goes, oh, it's too cold out when it's 55, or are you cool with that?
No, I'm a piece of shit. Yeah.
Oh, shut up. Go up to the Midwest and try to deal with 20 degrees and snow.
I'm 148 pounds. If it's not like 85 or higher, I'm freezing my balls.
You
off.
have a good point there, dude. You are very skinny. How old are you, 23?
No, I'm 26, but yeah, we'll say I'm 23.
Damn, you look good for 26, dude.
Thanks.
You have this very young but smart vibe, which might be why you're 26.
It's that Eastern European look. That's what it is.
You seem like you have seen the world. You know what I mean? Like, is there a difference between being 22 and 26?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, for me, when I was 22, I was reckless, man. I kind of matured.
What did you do that was so reckless, Vinny? Drink a lot?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just didn't have any responsibility, so.
It is weird how, as you get older and as you're not a kid, you have responsibilities, like paying your Bright House bill and paying the rent. And back when we were a kid, our responsibility was doing the 10 math things we were asked for.
Yeah,
homework.
making sure my tire on my bike was aired up to 12 PSI.
Basically.
Yeah.
And make sure that you got to the girl's house at 9 and not 8:59 and not 9:01.
Yeah.
Making sure you're there at 9. But now it's like we got to make sure we pay the rent, make sure we go to traffic school, make sure we vote, I guess. You know what I mean?
And pick up the girl at 9.
Yeah. How has everything been with the ladies, man? You do good at picking up the chicks?
I had a girlfriend for last year, so she's listening. No, I don't pick up any chicks.
How did you meet this lovely girl?
Actually, she this is kind of stalkerish, but on Twitter, she wanted to see Steve-O at this, when he was here last year, and I was open up for him. So I messaged her. I was like, hey, if you want to see Steve-O, I'll be open up for him. Here's message me for some tickets. And
were you trying to get laid at that point?
Yeah, for sure.
I had some girl last week after Drew Garabo had a girl sit on his lap while me and the girl made out. It was called Cucks and Roses to win Guns N' Roses tickets. Some girl thought I had a lot of confidence while I was making out with the girl on Bone TV because everyone saw it. So I get this tweet, and the girl's like, I think I'm in love with Ryan Hoppe's confidence, and she's pretty cute. Should I DM her, or is it not cool to slide into DMs like that?
I mean, yeah, just slide in a DM. She started off, so just...
Be like, what's up, Amber?
Yeah, be like, you really love my confidence. You should come over and just address it. Boom.
Do you really do that? Is it ever that blunt?
I've never done that, but, I mean, you might as well go with it and just let me know how it works out, man.
I think that's way too blunt because people say you have to be yourself, and I'm not going to be like some ladies' man where it's like, come on over and go down on me, please.
Dude,
Thank you.
If you think that's too blunt, you need to go on, like, Craigslist, or there's people with ads, like, just like...
Well, they also have chlamydia, and they're trying to spread it. It's a little different, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Confidence, chlamydia, a little different. They both start with C, though.
Yes. It has to be very weird when you're at these comedy shows and you're the center of attention. And I'm not gay, I'm not homophobic, but you're not an ugly guy. And girls have to be coming up to you and talking to you. You know what I mean? And you're like, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, but usually my girlfriend's there, and that's one thing I really respect about her. She doesn't ever, like, get in the middle or get jealous.
That's why I had to dump my ex, dude. She was like, I bet you're going to have groupies from the podcast. I'm like, yeah, because what I work for is 25 to 54-year-old women. No, it's not. It's men. Yeah. My girlfriend kept thinking that I was going to cheat on her with some groupie. I'm like, there's no groupies that listen to talk radio. I don't work for the top 40 or alternative radio. I work for talk radio.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get rid of her, man. She was ridiculous.
It's Margaret with a pack of Camels listening in.
Yes, it's some girl from Dover. I actually had sex with a girl about 4 months ago that lived in a trailer park in Dover. She slept on one side of the trailer, and it's a long one, and then her kids were on the other side. And I didn't know that until afterwards, after completion. And I was like, okay, that's great.
That's a long trailer to hide your kids. That's pretty good.
She was crazy, too. I took her on a very romantic date, dude. Like, for you, what's a romantic date for your girlfriend?
Just a restaurant I can't afford, and we just go
I
anyway.
took her to Pinellas Park with free tickets I got from work to see Mike Jones, Jibbs, and Mims.
There you go. Boom.
Like we're in 2007.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how even if you give a girl tickets to the shittiest show, some girls are like, woo, free tickets.
Yeah, they think you're the shit, so.
what is your key? Even when you were single, what was your key to being the shit? You know what I mean? Because you seem like you'd be a guy where you're like, yo, I'm Vinnie Ward. I'm a comedian. I look like the logo of Mad TV. What up?
Yeah, I don't think that's a confidence booster. Like, hey, I look like that cartoon guy with a gap in his teeth on Mad TV. Thanks. Well, before that comment, my confidence was higher. I don't know, man. I just kind of just did the comedy thing and did me. Like, if a girl's into you, she's into you. I don't really chase the gold-digging women.
What was your key to going into comedy? Because right now you're broke, so maybe you're wondering why you went into it.
I mean, it just, dude, I did an open mic one night. I was drunk. My friend signed me up, and I did pretty good. So,
how did you do so well at this open mic? What was your key?
I was trash, man. And after I got off stage, the host was like, "Hey, man, I haven't seen you around. How many years you been doing this?" Like, that was my first time. He's like, "Yeah, your first time here, but how long you been doing it?" I was like, "That was my first time ever." And he was like, "Dude, this is your calling." And
did you have any aspiration to do comedy?
No, I just got drunk, and my friend said, "Go up there."
Were you one of the class clowns or guys that would make everyone laugh at a party?
Oh, for sure. One of my teachers called the office Vinnie Land, so.
Because you would always go there?
Yeah. So she'd be like, "Who wants to go to Vinnie Land today?" And that was office.
It is very funny how back in middle school and high school, we thought it was the biggest thing in the world when we got sent to the dean's office or principal's office. And now you look back and you're like, okay, at least it's not the cop's office.
Yeah. It wasn't bad at all, but that was the worst thing you can do.
What was your life like growing up? Were you a pretty average middle-class kid, rich?
Oh, no, I was poor.
You were poor?
I'm still poor, but yeah, I was even more poor or poorer. I don't even see. I only got public education. I don't even know what's the right saying.
Was it using the government money poor or ramen noodles poor?
It was like too rich for government money, but too poor to make bills. So
that's how I was. I was very middle class. I was very, you go to Aldi's for groceries poor. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to go to Publix or Winn-Dixie. You get to have the not name brand of Fruit Loops. That's how poor I was.
Yeah, like fruit rings and
yeah.
Yeah.
And those were actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
The fruity rice is way better than the Captain Crunch.
Yeah, like all you got with the name brand stuff is the box. Like the non-name brand stuff is just a clear bag. Like, which I like seeing what I'm buying, you know, so.
And also, what I liked about being poor, too, was it made you appreciate TV more because you weren't blessed with 1,000 channels.
Yeah.
You had DTV, and you're like, yes, I'm watching the same episode of King of Queens 9 times.
Yeah, the porn was like staticky and purple, and you just...
I was thinking about that, too. It's amazing how I can just load up my phone right now and watch Lisa Ann get tag teamed by 9 guys. And 10 years ago when we had our razor, we were lucky if we got some photo of Eva Longoria to spank it to.
Yeah. You're like jerking off to like snowflakes on a TV. You're like, is that a dude or a woman? I don't know. I'm going to keep going.
Doesn't matter. I'm almost done.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going.
Remember the internet, too? There's this website called archive.org, and you can look at what websites you used to look at. Oh, my God, were they shitty.
Oh, man, I don't even want to look up that website.
Makes you feel old. You just look at it. You're like, oh, yeah, I used to go on MySpace and AIM.
What was the one with about, like, text messages, man? What happened last night or something like that, where people just, I used to always go on that website, man, just read people's texts.
I like chat roulette for about a minute, and then the second minute, when you see just dicks that are about to ejaculate, that's when you're like, all right, what else are we doing tonight? This is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Because back in high school, you had to find the fun. Because if you're from the suburbs or you're poor, you don't have the money to go to a preteen nightclub and make it rain. So you have to find the fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
sure.
Underage drinking and chat roulette.
Yeah. Or just sneaking like 10 people into one movie.
I used to do that too. Or what you would do as well is see 2 different movies and sneak in.
Yeah.
And then hope you didn't get caught. And you knew that the guys who were the janitors didn't give a shit, but you thought they did.
Yeah.
That's what was fun about it.
Yeah,
you know
just
what I mean?
run from them. You're like so scared. They're making like $6 an hour. And
They just don't give a
you're
fuck.
running for the exit door. Like you're about to go to prison.
Were you a kid that caused trouble in the suburbs?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What did you do?
I've done a lot, man. Too much to talk about.
Oh, you're so embarrassed. You're such a badass Vinnie Ward.
No,
Oh, watch out.
No,
Lou
seriously.
Diamond Phillips lookalike. Oh, you're going to hurt us.
I went from Mad TV guy to Lou Diamond Phillips. It's pretty good.
But what were some things that you did as a teenager to fill the time? Because I didn't grow up in Florida, so I don't know what it was like. You know what I mean? Like, what's life like as a teenager in Florida?
Really, man, it's just, through the teenage years, I guess parties were really like you find an open field before all these houses and, like, try to drop a keg and just drink in someone's field.
It is weird how back in the day when you would drink, it was so much fun because you're getting away with it. And you're like, ooh, hope mom doesn't find out, even though they knew you reeked the vodka. And now you get drunk and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah. Now you could be drunk in a club and some big name headlining, and before you're in a field with just a keg and solo cups.
It was kind of fun back in the day because you would always wonder, are my parents going to find out? Of course they did.
Yeah.
They heard you fall down trying to get into your room at 2 a.m.
Yeah, or you took out the mailbox on the way in the driveway. Like,
That's one thing, though. I never have driven drunk, and I never will. I find drunk drivers to be despicable, and if you're caught, a minimum of a month in jail. That's how we fix this problem, dude.
yeah.
Because I don't know if you've noticed, because you grew up in Florida, so you probably just get used to it. It's a part of the environment. But I'm from the Midwest, and drivers aren't as bad in the Midwest as they are down here. Down here, dude, they are atrocious.
Yeah, even texting and driving, I think, is just like drunk driving.
Well, I have that problem. I'm really trying to work on it. Dude, I'm addicted to my phone. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's all I have.
You could be addicted to meth, so I guess you're not that bad.
But I feel like I need to appreciate the moment more. Like, I feel like I'm just often looking at my phone going, where's my life going? And you keep looking at it. Because I message people on radio or comedians trying to get them on the show. Do you have that where you're just hoping you get the booking or you get something and you keep refreshing your email?
Yeah, you're refreshing. It's like updated 2 minutes ago. You're like, maybe in that 1 minute. Just turn green. They could wait.
Yeah, man. Do you ever get impatient with the grind of entertainment, or are you motivated? Because I'm so focused on making this work that I just want to have success, dude.
Definitely like comedy. I don't know about radio, but comedy is a long grind, man. And that's why me and Mason Hill started Crap Comedy, because it's just another network. You see people blowing up like overnight on social media. Like,
how are you going to do it?
Hope any way possible. We try to post videos. We got over 1 million views. We've been in June. It will be a year. And we already got 1 million views. I say in June like we have a baby. It'll be a year old in June. But, yeah, we...
What I like about your humor, too, is it's not mean. There's that Joseph kid that just pulls really mean pranks. Have you seen him?
I have to see his face.
You've probably seen him. He's this Guido kid from, like, Texas that just, like, goes into people's way and bothers them in downtown, like, Dallas.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like, go away.
Yeah.
And it has, like, 20 million viewers, and he has, like, 400,000 followers. I'm like, he's being a douche. Anybody could do that.
Yeah, it was like that damn Daniel guy with the Vans. Like, now he was on Ellen. He got sponsored a year free of Vans.
Well, Ellen's the worst. And I'm not even trying to burn a bridge, but she brings on all these imbeciles and gives everybody that's a quote-unquote millennial confidence that they can be a 7-second comedian.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, see, that's another thing, too. That's how it started. Me and Mason would see these viral videos, and they went from, like, just a viral video to headlining at, like, an improv somewhere. Like, their first time doing
Do you get
comedy.
jealous?
It's just not jealous, man. It's just like there's comics, like I said, doing 5 open mics a week for 8 years, not even headlining yet. And this guy made one viral video.
Comedy seems different, though, because in radio, I feel like it can happen more fast if you're good at it, because there's so many people that try to get into radio that if you're the cream of the crop, you'll come to the top. Hey, that rhymed. But there's so many good comics that make so little money. I feel like it has to be disheartening at times.
The money's not 100% there until, like, you make it big. But, that's part of the grind. It makes it fun. Like, it goes back to saying if it's easy, you don't really want it. But, whatever. I got a day job, so I'll keep that until...
What's your day job?
I'm a tech for a high-end car company. I don't want to say the name.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good. I get to work on cars I'll probably never be able to afford. So
that's the sad part too. Is being in radio, you'll see cars at these events, and you'll see what the radio hosts drive, and you're like, I just want to make that money. You get so motivated, it puts a spark in you, and you're like, I want to be that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's people dropping $20,000 to fix their car a day at my job, and I'm just like, wow.
What I would do to make $20,000 a year.
Yeah, or to just be like, here's $20,000, fix my car.
Dude, I just wanted so badly success. Do you ever have it where you have a good show And in the moment, you're happy. And after the show, when you're drinking at Side Splitters or you're driving home, you're happy. But then once you go back home, you're like, I want to do it again.
Yeah. Or it's just the next day you go back into work and you're like, oh, well, reality just hit.
That's what every comedian says.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, man. Literally, like you said, going in the middle of the spotlight, making everyone laugh, people coming up to you like, hey, I had a bad day, but you made me laugh. Then you're like, boom, next 9 to 5 the next morning.
Yeah, the same thing happens with me where I'll have the best interview or I'll have a rant or a segment that I'm proud of, but I go, I'm doing this for free. People listen, but I'm not making money off of it. And then you go to bed, you wake up grumpy, and then you go, okay, time with the day. Do you have that?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I'm really about just stage time. If somebody puts me on their show, I don't really care about the money part. So I do a lot of free shows. I do get paid for shows, so it's everywhere. I mean,
what are some of the best shows you've done that come to your mind?
Probably the Steve-O show because I was sold out like all weekend. And
did he give you any advice?
I mean, he wasn't as a comic, man. He wasn't really. He just kind of told his story, the book that he wrote. I purchased his book after the show, and it's like exactly what he talked about. So I couldn't really take advice from Steve-O. I mean, take a dart shot in the ass, or you know what, a nut check. Like, what do you ask Steve-O? Hey, man. How do you do that?
But he's so good at being successful that I would ask him, how do you market yourself? That's what I would want to know, the brand he brings.
Yeah, he does bring a good brand. He's actually sober for a while now. For the show, he had to sit in the kitchen. He couldn't be, in his contract, he couldn't be in eyesight of a bar. So
why is that in his contract? Is that for like rehab or something maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. But he had to sit in the hot-ass kitchen. This dude was sweating, no shirt on, all the way till he took the stage. And then put his shirt on. That's
respect, man. I respect the grind of dealing with that.
Yeah, and here I am just chugging a Jack and Coke right in front of him.
Would you say you have a drinking problem?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you ever worried about the long-term effects, Vinnie Ward?
No, man, fuck it. You know. I mean,
but what if you're 45 years old and you have a big gut, but you're making so much money at comedy, but you're like, I probably shouldn't have drank at age 26.
No, I'll probably be drinking as I'm thinking that, so the feeling will go away soon.
What do you think about people that smoke weed, though? Do you think it gets too much hate? Because I feel like people need to move on from it, you know?
Yeah, like I'm a drinker, man. I don't smoke because I freak out, but I think smoking is way less effective than alcohol. Like, if I could react fine on weed, I would smoke weed, but...
Why? What comes to your mind when you smoke weed?
Like if I'm sitting on a couch, 9 times out of 10, I feel like I'm sinking into the couch, like through the couch, into the concrete, through the concrete, into the equator.
My thing is, I have swinging confidence. One day I'm on top of the world. The next day I go, I suck. I'm a loser. And then the next day I'm on top of the world. The next day I'm a piece of shit. So it's just at times you get so self-conscious that your mind is racing and you're like, shut up. You know, where you're beginning to like wonder who you are.
Yeah, your weed sounds laced. I'm not I'm not an expert on this, but you should maybe check your drug dealer. I don't know. Like if I buy Jack, I know I'm getting the same.
What are you
Jack
saying? I
every
smoke
time.
weed? I don't smoke weed.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. I'm just saying if you're getting different effects, man, maybe you're buying different batches. I don't know.
Do you ever just get discouraged, or is your confidence pretty good? You know what I mean? Because it's weird being young, because don't you hate when you ask a comedian for advice and they say, just keep doing your thing? And you're like, I've been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, most comics in Tampa area, they're pretty cool. I got with a good crowd. Some of the bigger names, Rio Perez, JB Ball.
Dude, Rio's insane.
Yeah, man. That's actually the first comic friend I've made, and he mentored me. He still mentors me, so... you got to get in with the right people. I mean, if people have negative stuff to say, you should just cancel them out. Friends-wise, family-wise, comic-wise.
Rio's like a really genuine person,
he
like a
definitely is,
really
man.
sweet guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Who are some of the best acts that you've opened up for where you're like, oh, my God, I think I've made it, but then you wake up the next day and you go to work? Besides the one you talked about, any others that come to your mind?
I did a feature spot for Chris Disfintio, whatever, of Guy Code.
Oh my God, are you serious?
That dude is underrated, man. That's probably one of the funniest dudes I've ever seen live.
It's because people don't think a Guy Code is funny unless you're in our age group.
Yeah, but him and Damon Leon, Lemon or whatever, yeah, it was them two. He was funny too, but Chris, dude, I mean, I literally couldn't stop crying laughing. But
There is something about seeing comedy and just when someone is really funny, when it's like a Nick DiPaolo, a Jim Norton, even Moonshine Miller I would put out there, where you're just laughing your ass off. JB Ball.
Yeah.
You don't have to be famous, or you can just be a local comic. If you're funny, you are a funny dude, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of Steve Miller, we're doing a 420 show. He's closing out, so that'll be a fun time. Can't wait for that show.
How pumped are you for that, man? Because you got to be happy that you're on a list of good comedians.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a special event. They usually not open Wednesdays. They're putting together a show. So it'll be me, Amanda Jordan, your buddy Rob from 102.5 The Bone, The Rob Show, and Steve Miller's closing out. So
how supportive has Side Splitters been for you?
Good, man. I mean, the management there is great.
BT's great.
BT's awesome.
Bobby's cool, too.
Yeah, and Bobby always said, it's show business. At the end of the day, if you could pack the house, they'll put you on stage. And
what's it like when you're up there and it's a full house and you're getting laughs?
It's better than, any drug I can possibly think of doing.
Better than sex?
Yeah, it actually is better than sex because I last longer.
Hey, I get what you did there.
Yeah.
You'll be there all weekend. Good comic right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has to be insane though when you're in front of everybody and you just do joke after joke after joke and everyone's laughing and you're like, damn, I'm killing it.
Like I said, people come afterwards, take pictures or want autographs, and your signature's not worth shit, but you give it anyways, and that's a good feeling, man.
What about the moment when you're a few Jack and Cokes in, you're feeling good, you're like, yes, I'm going to go up there, I'm opening for this guy, I'm going to do well. And you fucking bomb. You fucking suck.
No. Luckily, I haven't bombed yet on a main stage. I've bombed many open mics or smaller shows, but nothing.
Well, bombing at an open mic is basically going to happen.
Yeah. So that's. I guess I use my bombs for that.
What is your key when you're bombing at an open mic? Do you just remind yourself that this is practice? Because a lot of comics at these open mics I'll watch, they just run out angry, and I'm like, you were just performing to 5 people eating chicken wings and people eating beer and then someone on a date. What do you expect? If you're not going to be funny, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just keep going with it, man. You turn the joke onto yourself or, to say, oh, that joke was just for me. Or usually one guy laughs, you're like, all right, that was for him. But yeah, people that do get angry in front of 8 people, for real, that's all you got to do. The one guy laughs, you're like, all right, I guess that joke was for him, man. And then you just move on. And
I love when it's the one drunk guy at the bar who finds
it's your
everything
dad.
funny.
You're like, thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Uncle Phil. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And
how supportive have your parents been, even though your comedy's a little edgy?
Well, my mom was in prison for the last 5 years. She just got out like a month ago.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't do it. You didn't do it. She did it, so she probably ain't going to listen to it. She don't got a computer yet, so it's all good.
How heartbreaking is that when you find out your mom's going to prison?
She's been in and out of prison my whole life, so some of my comedy comes from, like I said, I got more of a darker background. So my dad's been supportive, though. He lives in Jacksonville, so he comes when he can. But, I got a great friend group here, so I got a following.
Would you say your girlfriend helps you during down times?
Yeah, I guess so. She makes me take her shopping and shit, so I have to be funny to try to make money to keep up with her shopping habits.
Does she shop a lot?
I think every girl shops a lot.
The one I went out with didn't shop a lot. She
probably had a
bitched
penis.
a lot.
She probably had a penis.
And it was just inside out.
Yeah.
Dude, it's amazing how when you're single, you're the most selfish person ever. I'll watch whatever I want. But then you're with a girl and you're like, okay, I kind of have to compromise if I want her to go down on me tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. We have a joke at my job because my buddy brought his girl some shoes like on Thursday. And he's like, bro, I got the best head last night. And I ended up buying my girl shoes on Saturday. And the same thing happened. So I think the key to getting some head is buying her some shoes. So...
Yeah, I wish I made that money where I can just be like, hey, let's go buy some shoes at West Shore Mall,
Yeah. Well, that's the type of money I'm making. I could buy some shoes money.
But then you can't afford food, and that's why you're so fucking skinny, you little twig, because you're more worried about getting head than you are about getting a good appetite.
Priorities, man. You got to get them straight, dude. I got them in line.
It is amazing, though, when you have that night and you buy your girl food or you take her out, it's a nice night, and then she sleeps over, and then you're like, okay, come on. She goes, I'm tired. And you're like, what, bitch?
No, fuck that. The bill was just $84 at Red Lobster. You better wake your ass up. Yeah, for real.
You better open up those legs, honey.
Yeah. You ordered 2 rounds of biscuits. You better wake the fuck up.
You used your mouth a lot tonight. You're not done, honey.
Yeah. Those biscuits in by themselves. You gotta work for it.
It's amazing how girls view sex differently. They have to be in the mood and they have to feel the emotions, and we're just like, once we're ready, time to shoot.
Yeah, like I could pop a boner right now if I had to, you know?
Like, if you really think hard about some girl, no pun intended, coming on to you, no pun intended, then you get so excited. Like, we can get horny so fast, but girls, you have to rub their back, make out with them a lot, and we're just like, okay, let's go. And they're like, but I'm not ready. Let's watch more Netflix. And you're like, no.
Yeah, you have to pay him $20. You're like, what? Oh, that's never mind.
I get what you did there because you're saying you have to pay for sex.
Yeah.
That's why you brought the $20 in. Would you ever pay for a hooker? Let's say your girl dumps you, and you're like, oh, my God, I'm Vinnie Ward. I'm too skinny. No one's approaching me. I think I need to get some head tonight, you know?
No, man, that's why I'm not a big strip club guy either, because I just feel like the biggest goal you can do is sleep with the stripper. But, like, do you even sleep with her? Because at the end of the day, you're like, how many people does she sleep with?
Not just that, but how many dudes come in there wanting to bang her? Every guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I like, even if I got the stripper, like, yeah, like, I want to fuck you tonight, I don't even think I would do it because
I think I would feel like I accomplished something just because so many guys approach her that if you do get the even get a handy from her, even a really good makeout session, I would feel like I accomplished something just because these dancers get everything all the time. But then you end up going in the back room and the lights turn on, and then you're like, did I accomplish anything?
Yeah, and she's like $500, and you're like, well.
Dude, going to nudie bars are sad because it's just, what are you paying for? Like, I used to go a lot in Cleveland because there was nothing to do in Cleveland when I worked for the show in Cleveland, and it was so weird. It's just the saddest vibe because they're pretending to care about you. You're pretending you care about them.
Yeah.
And then they give you the worst lap dances. You're expecting to get full-on action for $40, and then they're like, the ATM's over there. And you're like, I just paid you $40. What was that?
It's basically like a Tinder date. It's like...
Dude, I have a date tomorrow on Tinder. How should I go in? I mean, I've been hitting the gym. I'm more confident than ever. But what is the key to success, Vinnie Ward?
Bring more than $40, so you get 2 lap dances out of it.
We're going out for some romantic coffee.
Really? Where's that at? Where's that spot?
Craft Cafe.
Oh, my God. That sounds so trendy. Whatever. Yeah, you sound like you're going on a date with a basic white bitch. So, what's her name? Tiffany, Sarah, Brittany? What is it? Is it Sarah? It's Sarah? Oh, God.
No, it's Brittany.
Oh, it's Brittany. All right. Yeah, those are 3 names I like: Starbucks and LA Fitness.
What do you think her favorite drink is when she goes to the bar?
She just gets something with like a lot of Danishes on it. Like she wants like olives and oranges and shit on it. Like,
coconut.
Yeah, told you. It might be my sister you're taking on a date.
I can't believe you just guessed the name Brittany. That is insane.
All I knew was 3 guesses, man. It's not that hard.
It basically is the basic white girl. Let's go to some trendy spot for coffee.
Yeah, on a date.
I'm the one that said it. Do you want to get some coffee? Because I went on a date on Tinder on the 1st of the year. I thought it was going to be fun. We went to downtown St. Pete. She was 6 foot. She knew I was tall. I think she was expecting me not to be awkward and odd, so I think she was turned off by that. And I wish when you're going on a date that's not going well, I wish they would say I'm not into you so you quit buying them drinks as you keep on getting more tipsy. You're like, well, if I get her more drunk, maybe she'll like me more, and it doesn't work, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, 6 foot, she probably has a high alcohol tolerance, so.
Oh, I mean, it was insane. She had 2 Sprites and rum or something, and she wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, she's 6 foot. I mean, you got to go for a smaller girl, man.
I know. It is weird how every girl is shorter than me. Like, it's
dude, you're what, 6'9"?
Yeah, dude, I saw some guy at the bar.
What do you want? You got to date a giraffe for a woman to be taller than you.
Go to Amazon.
Yeah. You got to literally go into the Avatar movie and hope you find someone.
Dude, it was weird. I was at the bar last week, and there was a guy who was 7'1", and I'm looking up at him, and I'm like, that's how everyone views me. It's like, that is how everybody views me 24/7.
Yeah. I can't even give you a hug because your dick's in my face. So
Unless you want to give me a mouth hug.
yeah. Which that'll be $40.
How tall are you?
5'11".
See, you're not short.
Yeah, but standing next to you, I feel short.
Everyone does. And you know what I love? Does anybody ever ask you how tall you are or if you played basketball? Or are you not tall
people
enough?
think I'm taller. Like, because I'm skinny. They're like, oh, how tall are you? I'm like 5'11". I'm like, oh, really? I thought you were like 6'1", 6'2". I'm just like, no, it's a mirage.
I love anywhere I go. When Dixie, getting a haircut, job interview, the first line is, how tall are you? 6'9". I love the line, do you play basketball?
Yeah, you're like, obviously not, because I'm playing at fucking Publix.
Obviously not. Do you see the way I walk? You think I'm coordinated to dunk a ball?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Or the other thing that really bothers me, Vinny, the other thing that grinds my gears, if I may quote Peter Griffin, is when they say, what's the weather like up there? It's like, shut up. Go back to the 1970s, you fucking hack.
Yeah, what are you playing, bingo? Like, why are people saying that to you?
It's always older people.
Yeah, no shit.
But then you have to realize they'll be dead in 10 years, so you got to be nice to them. You're like, yeah, I'm 6'9".
Yeah.
My new line is, I work in radio, because then they go, where at? And then I say, well, I do a podcast on the side, and I work at the Bone. Because at this point, if you're going to bother me, I'm going to be a douche, and I'm going to name drop.
Yeah, just
point.
plug everything. You can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram.
Here's my app in Google Play in the iPhone shop. You can do this, do that. And they're like, all right. It is weird how older people look down on us just because we have social media, but if it was around in the 70s, they were doing the same things we were. You know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, they've done a lot less drugs, but...
I don't know about that. If you went to a Led Zeppelin concert or Grateful Dead, I'm pretty sure they were doing just as much. It's just they put on this classy vibe.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we were so cool when we went to the events and had sex in mud. It was different, though. Shut up.
Yeah.
That really pisses me off, though, the hate our generation is getting. We're in our 20s. If we're in our 40s and we're fuck-ups, fine. Then maybe you have a point. But when you're hating on us at being age 22 and 26, oh, because you fucking Generation X and baby boomers had it together then, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm closer to 30 now, so I can give my shit straight, so...
Do you feel old?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, what was the first sign when you're like, shit, I'm not as young anymore?
When I met my girl, and she was 21, and she's like, oh, wow, you're old. And I was like, wow, you're young.
How much older are you than her?
She just turned 22, so I'm 4 years older than her.
Is she a gold digger? And she
No, I'm broke as shit, man.
What do you think she saw in you? She just likes older guys with experience?
I mean, we had a good first time meeting. I opened up for Steve-O, so...
That's a pretty good thing. And
Yeah.
then she's expecting you to have money, but then for some reason she likes your personality enough.
I kind of just emptied out my savings and pretend I had money until she was stuck.
I love
She's
that
stuck
too.
now.
I love when you have a decent amount in the checking account from your paychecks.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a girl, that's enough for a month. But then after a weekend or two, you're like, fuck, I'm down to $400. What am I going to do?
Yeah, we just went skydiving on Sunday. It was $500.
Even just going out to eat, if you go to like any place, you're like, fuck, it's $50.
Yeah, like $32 at McDonald's. What the hell did you order?
I don't know what you're buying at Mickey D's at $32 unless you're
She
high.
loves the toys still, so I have to buy like 4 toys.
Well, yeah, because you are dating a girl that's younger.
Yeah. So
Do her parents approve of you?
Yeah, for sure. I think they like me more than her, which isn't hard.
Because you're so lovable, dude. You're Vinnie Ward.
Archie's just a bitch.
You have this very likable personality. It might be because you have a very kiddish look that it's so easy to like you. You don't have a douchebag look, you know?
Yeah, I have that Middle Eastern European look, obviously. So
You said a lot of weird things happen in your life. What are some other things that have happened where it's just like, oh my God, this would only happen to Vinnie Ward?
Off the top of my head, I mean, all right. How about today? Today, you ever see those national days? Everything's National Day now. National Sibling Day.
National Banana Day tomorrow.
Today's National Grilled Cheese Day.
I saw that.
Yeah, like who's making this up? Well, anyways, I thought it was grilled cheese until last year.
Why?
Well, when I was younger, I always asked my mom to make grilled cheese. I love grilled cheese, and my older brother was like, "Haha, Vinny, you're a girl. You like grilled cheese." For some reason, my mom thought it was cute, and she just let it go. So I just always said grilled cheese. But if I say it fast, like, "Oh yeah, I want some grilled cheese," I could order it like that, and no one corrects me. Until I asked my roommate if he wanted grilled cheese slowly, and he was like, he thought I was joking, and he was like, he goes, "Why? Because I'm a sissy or something?" And I'm like, holy shit, it happened to him too. And he's like, wait, you're serious, dude? And I was like, he's like, how long you been calling it grilled cheese? And I was like, my whole life. And he's like, dude, it's grilled cheese. And I was like, holy fuck.
How dumb did you feel after that?
I wanted to commit suicide at that moment.
Because for 20 years you were like...
25 years, I literally called it grilled cheese.
Well, I used to call it Nintendo, not Nintendo, until like 7th grade. And they're like, you know it's Nintendo, right? And you're like, no, it's
At
Nem.
least 7th grade, though. I'm 25. Like, my car insurance just went lower because I'm so old now.
You have a lesser chance of success.
Yeah.
You're like, who
And
cares
I'm
if
calling
you're
it
funny or
grilled
not?
cheese.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ordering it, and no one's correcting me for all those years. I was like, yeah, I'll take the grilled cheese.
They're
with a
like,
side of
aw,
fries."
he's 17. He'll figure it out.
Yeah, no one fucking told me. And then
feel like
today
you're
was National
speechless.
Grilled Cheese Day, so I think I got to eat one on the way home.
Yeah, dude, I feel like when you're creative, like if you're in comedy, theater, TV, radio, weirder things happen because you're looking for the material and you're more observative, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the weirdest things happen to me, too. It's especially when I'm at events for 102.5 The Bone, the conversations I get into with fans, they're like, so what's it like being on the radio? And you're like, it's cool. And then that's it. And they walk
Yeah,
away.
I'm like, all right. Yeah. No, the worst for, I think I speak for all comics. They're like, oh, yeah, you're a comedian, say something funny.
Oh, my God.
And you're like, dude, I'm a comedian, not a clown. Like, that's the only job that does that, though, right? Like, if I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm a doctor. I'm like, hey, fix something. Like,
Here, cure me of
yeah,
my...
cure my cold.
Yeah.
Like, no one gets called out on the spot like that. Just let it be. You're a comedian? All right, cool. They're like, say something funny. Like, shut up. What do you
What
do?
do you say?
I just tell them, like, hold on, what are you doing? Like, oh, I work at Publix. I'm like, all right, give me paper or plastic right now. You can't, right? So just shut up.
Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Grilled cheese.
Enough money to buy all the grilled cheese I want.
And enough money where you can buy a life supplies of shoes.
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can just get ahead 24/7.
Yeah.
Go home, get ahead, wake up, get ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to have to buy some shoes after my girl listens to this podcast.
And you have to buy a card, too, and a box of chocolates to say you're sorry for
Yeah.
saying this on a podcast that some people listen to.
Yeah. That 1,000 people listen to.
What do you want to see yourself doing? Would you want to be on tour, an opener? Because I've had some comics in, and they're like 33, and they know they're 7 years from 40, so they don't really have a chance of being big anymore. But you're 26. You got videos that have over 1 million views altogether. How do you want to see this play out?
Honestly, man, I would love to tour and just do comedy. I don't have any kids, you know, so I don't have really nothing holding me here. I could just, you know, go on stage wherever. So
What is your dream city? Because I feel like everyone says New York or Los Angeles. Is that it for you?
my first one was going to be New York because that's where all my family's at, so it'll be cool.
I went to New York 2 months ago when I sat in on a show on Sirius Radio, and I liked New York a lot. I just didn't like the cold. That was the problem.
Yeah, but see, didn't you talk shit about people that didn't like the cold earlier?
I fucking hate the cold.
All right, well, so,
But that's the real cold. Down here, when it's 55 and everyone's wearing a winter coat, they can kiss my ass.
Those
But when
Ugg
it's
boots?
negative 20 and it's snowing out and the wind chill is negative 50, call me when you say you're warm, all right? That's what pisses me off.
yeah.
All right, before I let you go, where can people find your work?
They can follow our Facebook channel, facebook.com/officiallycrapcomedy. On Twitter, I'm Vinnie Ward, and on Instagram, I'm a stand-up guy.
I get what you did there because you do comedy and you're a nice guy.
Yeah, so I'm a stand-up guy.
I saw that when I was tagging you. I was trying to find your name, and I'm like, oh, I get what you did there. You're punny.
Yeah, there you go. Same thing with crap comedy, man.
I get it. This has been Hoppe Hour, dude. I'm glad you came in. I see big things for you because you got passion and you're laid back. You're not pushy. A lot of people go, I'm a comedian. You just do your thing, and it works. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This has been Hoppe Hour. Keep up the good work, dude.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for having me.
I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, saying peace out.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.